city with a colourful history dating back to the Ming Dynasty and beyond. It's home to the spectacular Terracotta Army, and this year has been chosen as the host city for the 8th edition of the IWUF Sanda World Cup, one of the highlights on the Sanda calendar. We've reached finals day on this autumn Sunday in China, and we have some wonderful action in store. Once again, I'm joined by Wushu aficionado Anthony Sims, who, like myself, has marvelled at the techniques and skills shown by our athletes so far. Isn't that right?
Exactly, Simon. We have seen some phenomenal Sanda in our matches yesterday. Today we can look forward to a continuation because it's such a big day for the athletes.
We get down to the business end of the tournament. 18 weight categories have been on display, some starting at the semi-final stage, others adopting a round-robin format. But there can only be one gold medalist at the end of the day. The 18 bouts we have left on the agenda will be divided up over 2 sessions, the first of which will get underway shortly with our final action coming later on this evening at about 7:30 local time here in Xi'an. The judges, as usual, being introduced to the crowd. Nice to see a healthy crowd here. A lot of Chinese. And a lot of Chinese expectancy, and we are expecting another strong showing from the Chinese.
And our first bout will include one of those strong showings this morning.
Our first match will feature the men's 48-kilogram category. And we have world champion on display, Xu Jiwei, up against Wu Minduk. So Vietnam against China. We saw some very tight battles between the two nations yesterday. Two distinct styles. It is, once again, it's pretty chilly inside the arena during these morning sessions.
But Zhu is one of those fighters who electrifies the audience, so we can look forward to Zhu really putting on a performance here today.
And certainly it's going to be no easy task for the Vietnamese fighter, Wu Minduk. If you'll excuse the pun, may the pork force be with Wu. He's going to certainly need it. The Chinese hosts hoping for a Chinese gold medal reign. There's no reason to believe that they won't produce the goods. I haven't seen any cases so far of it working in the opposite direction, with the pressure actually forcing them to perform worse than they usually do.
At this level, Simon, many of the fighters come in ready, and with the exception of seeing some of the early rounds where folks needed to warm up, they don't have the benefit of a longer competition to get into a groove. But by yesterday, we really saw fighters in their zone.
Let's hope they've warmed up properly. So it's pretty chilly in here. We've seen both of these fighters already, and Zhu looked very impressive in his first bout.
He is one of our fist pump fighters, so we can look forward to seeing that from him when there's a particularly flawless technique.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of tactic Wu adopts here.
And we saw Wu yesterday, and we know that he has speed, but he struggled with the precision of that speed against his opponent. So we can look forward to a pretty fast and furious fight.
Up against a smaller man in Zhu.
But Zhu has shown us, yes, Zhu has shown us that he can take down wrestling larger men. It's a deceptive look at his lower body strength. We hear that Jayo Simon already from an energized crowd.
See it again, strong defense, strong legs. Zhu, and quick to spin away from trouble. Zhu with the southpaw stance, leading with his right hand. Very careful, cagey start from the Chinese.
It's drawn in a pointed attack. It's beautiful.
Furious with himself there, Vu. Try to break out of that foothold.
We've seen the Chinese fighters really able to sense when an opponent is off balance and use that, and that was a good example.
This time Zhu waiting for Vu to come in and then picking him off with the left hand.
Simon, you'll see some of our stronger fighters throughout these finals fight out of the clinch. There's another example of finding him off balance. And there's that fist pump we look forward to from Zhu.
Cleverly, again, avoiding the attack from the Vietnamese and then turning it around on him so quickly. Okay, looking to connect with that left hand.
Watch Zhu's textbook footwork. Can retreat and be back in a flash.
And that's something that has been a feature throughout this tournament.
Heavy
the Chinese.
punches.
Big left hand there from Vu. Coming back towards the end of that round, but not enough to stop the Chinese from going ahead in this final. It's the gold medal match, don't forget. With a reminder, $1,475 US going to the winner, along with that gold medal. More importantly, the honor of being able to call yourself World Cup winner.
And that is a big honor, Simon. These fighters come in knowing that they're fighting the top of their weight category. So winning at the World Cup, as one of the coaches told me, he said it only matters when you get gold here.
The man in picture, Vu Minh-duc, has aspirations of walking away with that gold medal. Gonna have to up his game here in the second round. So here we go, round two. China leading by one.
Looks like Zhu going in for another throw.
Good hands again from Vu. A rare kick. We haven't seen too many kicks from Zhu.
Vu doing a better job of dropping down, because he has a shorter fighter, and we see Zhu really dropping low to grab his legs.
See the focus in the eyes of Zhu. Watching every slight movement. Ready to pounce as he does there. All very tight early on here in the second round. Again, Zhu happy to bide his time.
Exactly. And Vu knowing that he has to get in to make some technique happen. Still pretty closely matched here in the last 50 seconds of the round.
You see there when they come out of the clinch, there is quite a height difference. Vu behind again here. Shortens the gap. Approaching the last quarter of this round, needs a big finish now.
So the hesitation and the clinches don't help Vu, because he has to make up just a small point differential, but he could really even things out with this round if he's able to get some technique out.
Needs some heavy striking.
That thigh kick earned a point for Zhu from some of the judges.
And that might be just enough. Again, Vu taking his time that he really doesn't have. I think the gold medal is slipping through his fingers here. Needs something now. It's now or never, quite literally. Oh, not enough, a lot closer in that second round. But it is Zhu Ziwei who has come away with the gold medal here.
Look at that excitement on the
Thanks
face
his coach.
of this. Yes.
So the Chinese team have their first gold medal at this World Cup.
That's right.
Courtesy of Zhu.
What a way to start the morning off for the Chinese fans out here, Simon.
Well worth coming out on this Sunday morning. There was no real urgency about Wu inside the last 30 seconds. He was still still in with a chance with 30 seconds left, but just couldn't come up with anything to turn the tables on Zhu. We look ahead instead to the next final, the men's 52-kilogram class, where we have Philippines against India.
Uchit Sharma is another dynamic fighter from India that we saw yesterday, so we can look forward to some pretty fast and explosive techniques from this fighter.
And this a repeat of the World Championship final. Arnel Mandal and Uchit Sharma. Mandal in red, Sharma in blue.
Arnel Mandal eager to improve upon his results from yesterday.
A tactic that Sharma adopted yesterday was something you mentioned in the first bout when he drops low and goes for the throw.
We had the platform referee cautioning him about the use of knees. That's an illegal striking
technique.
First takedown.
Still no points on the board so far.
Beautiful right hand there
for Mandal. Sharma chipping away here. He already has himself a lead. Decent kick though for Mandal.
And that's that sheer strength of Uchit Sharma, really muscling Mandal down, slightly taller man. Both fighters sort of flailing a little bit, haven't been able to find precision in their technique and really gritting it out there on the Leitai at this point.
Moving to the second minute of this opening round. As Sharma goes for the push kick. Both men with something on the board now. Sharma still out in front.
It's a nice reverse there. Almost each time Mandal's thrown this roundhouse kick to the torso, Sharma's been able to grab it and try and convert it there again.
Staving him off for a few seconds, but down he goes. And at the moment, the world champion in trouble here. Possible reverse in the offing. So a strong start here from Sharma. Mandal goes to the floor once again.
So this is where you need your coach to be able. There, he finally varies up his kick to give a side kick instead of that roundhouse kick.
Flurry of points for both men towards the end of this first round. A first round that looks like going in favour of Uchit Sharma. Continues his strong showing here, picking up where he left off yesterday. And he's in front here against the world champion.
Winner of the first round is blue side.
Revenge in the air. Won't be the first time we'll see a repeat of the World Championship final. Excellent timing there, catching the leg on a number of occasions. It looks easier than it actually is. See that injury to his right eye that he picked up yesterday. Accidental thumb in the eye, causing him some distress yesterday, but thankfully not hindering him here so far.
So despite the fact that that was a pretty active round for both fighters, we see Mandel on Lei Tai sort of ready to go here with energy. It's a good sign for a second.
Repair the damage.
As where the dropping low worked against him that time, he was too close to the Lei Tai.
Another switch hitter, switching from southpaw to orthodox. So far, so good for Mandal in his quest to get level here.
You get the sense that Mandel has figured a little bit out. We haven't seen that roundhouse kick that got him into trouble so much in the last round. Beautiful, beautiful.
This is a completely different showing in this second round from Arnel Mandal.
He's gotten his fighting distance a lot better.
Beautiful uppercut on the way in there. Sharma was caught. And follows up with a takedown.
You get the sense, Simon, that Arnel Mandel really feels what he needs to do this round. He's made it a lot more difficult for Uchit Sharma.
He's going to use that first round just to weigh his opponent up, even though they have met before. It was a while ago. Now he's had a look at what Sharma has in his locker and has adapted, and that's the sign of a true champion. Sharma coming back now. That looping right hand. He was paid for, tries it again. So that's a strong start to the round from Mandal. Means that we are going to go into a deciding third round here as the Filipino fighter restores parity in this match.
What a great comeback for Mandel for the second round. Let's see if we can see some highlights for how he did it.
Completely nullifying Sharma. First minute of this fight. Got absolutely nowhere, the Indian.
That was a beautiful throw.
They're defending in the clinches a lot better as well. Able to come up with the reverse.
During that round, Simon, Mandel realizes that when Sharma tries to reach in with that looping right hand, he has to cover a lot of distance, and he was able to adjust his footwork so that he was just out of reach, and he answered with his own punch. That's a big difference from the first round.
Well and truly warmed up both fighters now. This could be a very interesting third round. One apiece and the gold medal at stake.
It doesn't get any better than in the finals of in the third round for the crowd.
First exchange.
Clash and a thigh kick to earn some points for him. And again, piecing together points.
Last time Sharma was the faster starter, but already Mandal has reeled him in. As level as it could be. That kick putting Sharma in front briefly.
You see Sharma fighting for every takedown there. Mandel. Look at that incredible balance. Hey, off platform. There's an overrule there, so that won't be counted as an off platform.
So the advantage still with the Indian.
You see that reach in with that right hand, and there's a roundhouse kick that got him in so much trouble before. Sharma's really dialed into grabbing that leg.
Halfway through this final round now. The Indian in charge, but for how long?
There he is. There's the off platform that he was hoping for.
Well, this one impossible to call.
And he did it again and won the round and the match.
There it is.
What a beautiful comeback there for him. The other side is almost in disbelief.
Well, he's devastated, Uchit Sharma. But that's this sport in a nutshell. It can turn around so quickly.
It's okay. It was a hugely competitive match.
Oh, the world champion coming out on top.
We saw Mandel. He took the momentum of that first off platform and said, I think I can do this again. It's a smart move for him. You saw the corner for the Indian fighter really in disbelief because we went through 2 rounds without any off platforms for him, and there he does in the most important round within seconds, the same technique.
But he actually looked surprised that the attack came so quickly. He's just trying to regain his composure after the first exit from the platform, and was caught immediately after.
Well, he wasn't expecting the same technique to come. You know, they've struggled through. That was actually the 3rd push-off.
I know she took him close, but that doesn't help. It's another win then for Mandal over Sharma as we look ahead to the men's 75-kilogram category. And it's Egypt against China. World Championship bronze medalist Mohamed Aima against Zhang Kun, the world champion. China in blue, Egypt in red.
Ayman showed us he's an electrifying fighter, as did our Kang. Both fighters testing each other out here in the opening seconds. That's a nice kick to the face there.
Big looping right hand over the shoulder.
Look at these short, compact, but powerful punches that Zhang has.
Getting nowhere with his grappling, the Egyptian. Far too quick, these Chinese fighters can feel what's going on.
They've shown us time and time again that they know how to lower their center of gravity and avoid being taken down. So
it's almost as though they're reading what's going to happen in advance.
Have some medical attention here for Ayman. Nosebleed, possibly
from the nose, yes.
Some of those short, compact punches that came in the clinch. If we keep an eye, you'll see Zhang really in the clinch. He makes good use of his hands there.
And despite the early action, only 1 point on the board in favor of the Chinese. Otherwise, it's even. So everything to fight for as we go into the second half of this first round. All level at the moment, trying to work with the uppercut.
So we have this medical attention again. And as you've said, Simon, we don't have many points on the board for either of these fighters.
Mohammed Ayman, a little frustrated that the fight's being stopped. He's not bothered by the blood, but the officials are. With less than 45 seconds to go of this first round, we're all square, believe it or not.
So there's one more point there for China.
Zhang in front, 30 seconds left.
That's a beautiful side kick there from Ayman to get him on the board.
Well, this is up for grabs.
And
this first round.
That takedown earns him a point as well.
And this really could go either way, this first round. Exciting stuff here inside the Xi'an Sports Arena. 10 seconds left. And this could change the outcome of the first round if someone gets a strike in. Well, very close it was, but it's going to go in favour of China.
But that point differential is just a matter of a kick.
I wonder if Ayman actually realised that he was behind. He had the opportunity during the last 10 seconds to try and put some points on the board, but elected to back away. So maybe he thought that he was in front.
Well, he pieced together 3 points there with his side kick and the takedown, so he knew he had 3 points on the board.
He finds himself behind. Have to rectify that in the next round if he's going to keep his dreams of gold alive. So again, the coach very active down there.
But this is also an incredible sign of what these fighters, the trust that they have in their coaches and listening to strategy in the corner. These elite level fighters, it's a classic example of how you use coaching to your advantage. You see the intensity of their focus with their coaches who can see something from the corner that they can't always see on the lay time.
Let's see if Mohammed Ayman
you see
can turn this around.
That's right, and there Kung pushes him off, but we noticed already Kung using his hands a little bit more. So, and there's another takedown.
Slight irritation now.
Yeah.
From Mohammed. He realizes that he's in danger of losing this as early as the second round. He is behind. And caught with the right hand there as Zhang starts to put together some combinations.
We're still pretty early here in this second round. We have a penalty given to Ayman there from the platform referee.
Right hand from the Chinese.
There's a little, yeah, it's for clinching. He's got the leg. Let's see if he can make something of it. Look at those hands coming.
Two sharp rights from the Chinese.
Fighting out of the clinch.
Mohammed tries to.
And he just throws him down.
Answer with some handwork of his own. Once again, we're going to stop this to clean up that bloody nose. He's finally slipping away from the Egyptian.
He's taking a lot of punches there from Zhang. You see his coach over there.
Let his frustration get the better of him. Maybe made a couple of rash decisions there, Mohammed. And both fighters getting an extra breather here.
Sometimes hard to get the mouthpiece in with gloves on, so took it over to the side to clean it.
There's a comfortable buffer now that the Chinese fighter has. It's a long way back at the moment for Mohammed. Inside the final minutes of this second round. Second round that the Egyptian needs to win. But he's behind here. And there's some great handwork from Zhang.
This is what Zhang has shown this entire second round. Fighting out of the clinch with those short, compact, but explosive punches.
He really is showing his class here.
The Western coach, please sit down. Please
Look.
go back to your seat.
You see how he's on the attack at every moment. Zhang is.
Working on the inside and working well, very effective.
He's making it hard. He's making it hard for Mohammed to really.
The Western coach, please go back to your seat.
Yeah.
And not working with single punches either. He's starting to put them together.
You get the
Finishing
sense
with a flurry here.
he won't
The
mind it.
uppercut.
Yeah, a knockout there.
Well,
There he
going
is.
for it towards the end. Doesn't get the knockout, but he does get the gold medal. Acknowledges the crowd. And the crowd acknowledge him. Wonderful second round for Zhang, where he really showed the difference in class. And don't forget, Mohammed Ayman was a bronze medalist in Jakarta last year at the World Championships. So that's quite a performance from Zhang Kun.
Here's a case on this day. It wasn't meant to be for Ayman. He fought an incredible opponent there. Credit to him for really sticking in there.
He certainly kept it close in that first round.
And that's what the frustration is. He knows that the first round was close, but we also see that Zhang here really took it up a notch by the time he got into the second.
It's as if they forgot to put the batteries in that first round. Popped them in ahead of the second. And boy, did it pay off. And there's that acknowledgement of the crowd. And so far, so good for China. 2 gold medals so far, and a chance for a third coming up in the next match. Men's 80-kilogram class. As we look at Fu Gaofeng, who took silver in Jakarta last year against George Aid from Lebanon, who was a bronze medalist at the same championships. So again, quality final here in Xi'an.
We saw Aid, and we know Aid's a strong fighter. Sort of anchors himself to that lei tai, and his punches carry a lot of weight there. We'll look for Gaofeng to show us a real complete package. The Sui Jiao, punching and kicking.
The crowd are warmed up as well, as you can hear in the background. Hoping for 3 out of 3 here. Aid in blue.
Push off.
And Fu in red, and Fu wasting no time.
We might see another push off if he's too close to that corner, and Gaofeng realizes it. Why wait? That round is over. He just
It's over almost before it started. And Aid fighting far too close to the edge of the lei tai.
Here's a moment, Simon, where you realize that nervousness, that sort of tension in your first 15 seconds, not realizing where you are. You're close.
So costly. So it puts the Lebanese fighter on the back foot straight away here. He has to regain his composure, settle himself, and listen to what the coach has to say. And I'm sure he's going to say he needs to control the ring. Can't fight on the outside as he did there, otherwise this final is going to be over.
His focus there was on Galfong, not on where he was in the Lei Tai. He can fix that easily.
Let's see if there's better awareness from the Lebanese fighter, who's been backed up once again, but this time manages to turn the Chinese, who immediately returns to the center of the Lei Tai.
There's this psychological edge of, after being pushed off, thinking that you can push your opponent off, but that's wasted energy in this instance with Galfong.
Far better awareness in this second round. Caught with a straight right over the top.
Both fighters showing good hands there. And you see Ide right there in the center on the logo. He's already made the adjustment. Beautiful.
Wins his way out of that. A far better showing here from the Lebanese. He's behind though. This is with that spinning back fist.
Galfong's, like so many of his teammates, is really a technician. Look at the precision. Almost every technique is in the scoring area, whether it's a thigh kick or his punch. There's a nice combination from Ide.
Inside the last minute of this second round. Slight edge for the Chinese fighter. Once again.
Takedown.
When he couldn't push him off the Lei Tai, decided to upend him instead.
While he remains standing, it's the same amount of points, so he still scored 2 points for that takedown. Look at that kick to the face and another easy takedown for him. This is that technician
up
quality.
To the gear, up to the gear. And at the moment, he can't live with it. He's running out of time now, the Lebanese, if he wants to keep this final alive. Inside the last 30 seconds now. Needs to get busy. There's another head kick.
That thigh kick earned him some points. But
and again,
every exchange, Galfong has something to answer with. Watch his reaction time.
Pulling away into double figures on all 5 judges' scorecards. Picks him off with a left as well. Acknowledgement there from the Lebanese fighter. He knew he was beaten. Just wanted to pay a little tribute to the men he's lost to in this final. Certainly a good showing from Ide. Improved upon his bronze by taking silver here. The same could be said for Fu, who improves from silver to gold.
Absolutely. These silver medalists are fighting, again, these fighters are at the top of their pedigree, if you will, in terms of who they're fighting. So, as we saw with Ide, he recognized in those closing seconds, Fu was a better fighter today.
It was a nice touch as well.
Yeah. Great deal of respect from these fighters all around.
And everything going according to script for the hosts. The Chinese fighters living up to expectations. 3 out of 3 now. No Chinese interest in the next fight. But we do have another world champion in action. Philippines' Divine Wally, who won in Jakarta and impressed yesterday in beating Huang up against Farida Al-Sudani. It's a match in the round robin format.
选手萨娜来自印度。The right side, Sonatoy from India.
蓝方选手张乱来自中国。
Blue side, 张乱 from China. 第一局比赛开始。The first round begins.
Obviously, switching the program here. It's the women's 52 kilograms. Apologise for the mix-up. We have Chang Lua against Yumnam from India. Yumnam, the silver medalist in Jakarta. Zhang, the gold medalist. So it's a repeat of the World Championship final.
And we saw an incredible display of Sanda yesterday with Xi'an. Fast and amazing suijiao technique.
Defeated Nguyen yesterday, and quite comfortably in the end.
Both fighters obviously feeling each other out here. There's a side kick that we see with Zhang.
It's quite interesting to see that the Chinese fighters are far more comfortable on the outside. They don't see the same sort of danger as the other fighters. They can spin their way out of trouble if someone's going to try and push them off the platform.
That's exactly what you see. Their circular footwork is so strong, Simon. They know, they sense how to move on the lei tai.
And there, Yumnam pushed off.
Yumnam has been able to hang in here with Zhang, who's a tough fighter. She just hasn't mounted enough points on the board. But we've seen how Zhang can overwhelm an opponent. Hasn't quite happened here this first round, but it's possible. We saw the China fighter take things up a notch in the second round after having one round under their belt.
We could see more of the same. We know that she has another gear, at least one. But she's done enough to take that first round.
观众朋友们，在今天上午的比赛结束以后，将进行颁奖仪式，请赛场内和比赛无关的人员退出场地。在颁奖仪式结束以后，允许运动队和运动员进场内拍照。
Coach doing what he can to instill some confidence into Yumnam. She did enough in that first round to perhaps give us some belief that she can turn this around. But there is a danger that Zhang will start going through the gears. See how this second round opens.
Good speed from both women.
Yumnam far more aggressive in the opening exchanges. Doesn't get paid for that aggression. Zhang on her toes all the time.
You can see that Yumnam is quite comfortable in her throwing technique and ability to neutralize a throw. However, this waiting is costing her an opportunity to earn points against Zhang. Neither woman really gaining any points from throws, as you can see. So,
as though Yumnam picked her off with a right hand, but there's the throw.
We saw Zhang do that yesterday.
Kicking her way out of the clinch.
Which we've seen with her male teammates. A beautiful roundhouse kick. Zhang has this sliding kick. You'll see her slide from her back foot and slide in to make up the distance, just as we saw there with the side kick. Yunnan really, she fought hard to get that takedown, but ended up earning that point to get her on the board. Not a big difference between.
Still a chance here for the Indian to turn this around.
But she'll have to do it now, counting down the last 30 seconds here. Zhang's not going to give away anything.
She has to be aggressive, but carefully aggressive. Don't lose any points when she comes in. And instead, Zhang increases her lead. And time running out here rapidly for Yunnan. It looks as though it's going to be another gold medal here for China. Been extremely dominant so far.
Simon, early on you asked me about the emerging and dominant countries. Here we've seen some really strong fighters from India, and here's an example of Yunnan hanging in there with a really strong fighter. She didn't win.
But they're getting closer and closer every championships. So gold medal number 4 for China. And this one pretty much expected. Really is a class act, Zhang.
Zhang's a complete package, and here again is that learning experience from Yunnan, who will be able to come away. Zhang did exactly what she needed to do to secure the gold medal here. And for Yunnan, it's an opportunity to learn what it takes to fight at that next level with the gold medalist. It's really
see now who's going to come to the Lei Tai next. So your guess is as good as mine.
It looks like China and India. China and India again in our 56 kilogram. Ling Liu.
Try and find out what's happened to Divine Wally and Farida Al-Sadani. In the meantime, China, India, part 2, as Monica Devi takes on Lu Lingling.
The right side, Monica from India. The first round begins.
Well, we just found out, to keep you updated, that Farida Al-Sadani has had to withdraw injured. So Divine Wally adds the World Cup gold to a World Championship gold medal from Jakarta.
And Simon, we have points mounted here right away for China early on. First 30 seconds.
Lu immediately taking control of this final.
There's a beautiful takedown there. There's a difference in speed, if you notice here, and also there's a technique. It's another over-the-shoulder throw that we've seen from our female Chinese Sanda fighters.
Immensely strong, Lu Lingling.
Nice exchange of punches and fighting out of the clinch, coming out of the clinch with a roundhouse kick that scores.
Something that typifies these Chinese fighters. They never feel safe.
You saw here that Ling Liu could have pushed her off the platform. She's content to bring her back in and fight.
Wants to do it the hard way. Decent kick there as well, found its way through.
We're in double digits, Simon.
Bit of a chasm in class showing in this first round.
Monica's pretty flat in her footwork. And so Ling Lu is really able to have her way in terms of technique. The difference in speed of the punch, as you could just see with that right.
Buzzer indicating that we're inside the last 10 seconds.
We just saw 2 kicks coming from Ling Lu to close out that round. And
very impressive first round from the Chinese fighter, who takes it with ease in the end.
Winner of the first round is blue side.
请参加今天上午各级别比赛结束的运动员到检录处集合，准备参加颁奖仪式。
we wish all the best for El Sidoni with that injury. These fights are really, really tough. We always look forward
to shame because she put in a decent performance yesterday.
Oh, she did. As did Divine Wally. Sometimes I want to say that's Sublime Wally when we watch her fight, Simon.
That's certainly.
We'll look forward to seeing those women in the future.
So they're not going to disappear. I'm sure we'll see them at next year's World Championships and maybe even the Combat Games. Return our focus to matters at hand. Lu Lingling in control so far. And looking a cut above Monica Devi, struggling.
It's a beautiful side kick from Ling Lu, and you have the sense, Simon, that Ling Lu wants to show you a gold medal performance.
And again, so evident the difference in speed in everything they do.
What a beautiful throw.
Massive throw.
As we've pointed out, Simon, as strong as Ling Lu is, and with the footwork that she's seen from her opponent, she could have taken her off the lei tai at any time. She wants to stay in the center.
So much lighter on her feet. Stalking her prey at the moment.
Yet another takedown. You get the sense that Monica really doesn't have an idea of how to penetrate, how to get any technique out there. It's a competent fighter, but she knows that she's fighting a tough fighter, fighting out of the clinch again.
Monica Devi concentrating on trying to keep the figures down rather than putting anything on the board herself. Just hasn't managed to mount one single attack in this second round. And once again, we're already into double figures. And this is going to be a straightforward victory. It's almost as if she's sparring with a doll without wanting to sound disrespectful.
Well, for sure.
It's purely because Monica Devi is at a loss.
Ling Lu has another gear if she needed to. So she's...
a big kick.
She is mounting attacks, but not to the point where she might if she had an opponent that was much more aggressive.
Showing some mercy. It's another huge deficit for Monica Devi. They've been totally outclassed here. Oh, really simple win for Lu. Monica Devi just didn't turn up on the day. Taken to school there by the world champion. World champion in 2015, won the World Cup back in 2012, and she's done it again here in front of the home crowd. And so far, it's full house for the Chinese.
I don't know, Simon, how much experience Monica has had even on the Asian Sanda circuit, but many of these champions that they're fighting from China have had an opportunity to be both in national fights as well as international competitions, which makes a real difference when you get to the lay tie for something like the World Cup, that international experience.
Well, next up, a fight that doesn't feature a Chinese fighter. The last single round-robin encounter in the women's 60-kilogram class. We're going to see Sintung Cherry Man from Hong Kong. Will be well supported here. All the Hong Kong fighters have been given healthy support by the home crowd, and she's up against Nguyen Trang Thi from Vietnam. So the two bronze medalists from the last World Championships going head-to-head here.
We see Nguyen fighting out of the clinch with a roundhouse. We saw her legs earlier. Good kicks, and you see that bouncing with that left leg light and kicking off the right there. So we know she's strong off both sides.
First blood for Nguyen.
And there's that home country cheering that you talked about, Simon.
It's understandable that they get behind the Hong Kong fighters as well. Nice right hand. Already building up a comfortable lead here. Quick hands from Nguyen.
Quick hand's a much stronger kick. If she wants to score with the hand, she's going to have to make them a little bit stronger and more focused there, as she is able to do with her kick. There's a little bit more power.
Struggling to get anything on the board, Man, but she gets her first points in that exchange. Meanwhile, Nguyen into double figures with a couple of the judges. Big kick.
She's been successful with that a couple of times now.
Down goes Man.
Man really hasn't been able to penetrate Nguyen. She knows that Nguyen's legs are good, and she's keeping her at bay just with her kick. But we've also seen her up close with flurry of punches. That's a very comfortable round for
convincing stuff from Nguyen. That puts her in front. So difficult to see how Man is going to get herself back into this, being controlled by her opponents. Those fast legs.
In each of those highlights, we saw a roundhouse kick to the torso. Each of those kicks is earning her 2 points when they land. Man's going to have to figure a way to earn some points as opposed to just guarding.
As you pointed out during these 3 days, the kicking very much part and parcel of the Vietnamese package, renowned for their kicking. So does Sintung Cherry Man have what it takes to get herself back into this final round-robin encounter? When in control.
And you see Nguyen a little oppressive from the start there. She is taking the technique to Shuri because she knows that she's been successful with that.
Establishing her dominance straight away in this second round.
This is a fight where the referee has had to give a pointed attacks to make sure that the exchange happens.
Example again of the Hong Kong fighter initiating the attack, but getting punished herself.
She hasn't shown any weapons that can really hurt Nguyen.
Big right hand from the Vietnamese.
And another takedown.
And again, she's pulling away here. Double figures with 4 of the 5 judges. Combination of both kicks and punches. None being overwhelmed here. Seems to be running on fumes now. Xi'an comes up with the right hand of her own though. Still got some fight left in her. It's not going to help, unfortunately. Nguyen too far ahead here. And it's going to be a comfortable victory for the Vietnamese.
Solid victory for Nguyen. Simon, what a great look for Sanda. We've seen fighters from the Philippines, from Egypt. Of course, we've seen fighters from China, and here Vietnam and China, Hong Kong here, just in this morning's array of fighters. Strong fighters in
diversity.
Yes.
Proving that this sport is an international sport.
I left out Lebanon, but can't forget our fighter from Lebanon that we saw this morning.
We'll see one of the dominants in the sport in our last final of this first session, represented by Xi'an and Xi'an from Iran.
And Hergy Bakiadan from the Philippines. What a way to end our morning here. Mansourian's always a sure bet for
an exciting contest.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. And once again, it's a repeat of the World Championship final from Jakarta. Mansourian, a 2-weight world champion, don't forget. She won gold in the 65-kilogram class back in 2013. A lot lighter now, which means that she's faster as well. But straight away, Bakiadan.
Oh, beautiful
What
kick
a
to the
kick.
face. Using those long legs to her advantage. That was a push kick to the face, Simon.
Incredible dexterity from Mansourian. Bakiadan certainly took the fight to her straight away, straight off the bat. Mansourian throwing down the gauntlet with that push kick to the face.
Look at that circular footwork from Mansourian. Staying out of the kicking range there, Bakiadan. She respects what Bakiadan has, but she's able to reach in with those long legs, as we've seen so far.
Interesting to see that neither fighter active in the clinch. And this is a real battle of the kickers, this.
Look at her ability to stay on the
defense,
lei tai, 2 inches from the edge. That's experienced fighter.
Ready to pounce, bouncing up and down. Well, here comes the attack. This time doesn't result. She is ahead here.
Beautiful push
Inside
kick
the
again.
First minute. All in the timing as well, times it perfectly. As the Filipino fighter attacked.
Bakiagdan got a good roundhouse kick there to the torso.
Still plenty of time to turn this around. Another kick from the Filipino.
Mansourian is masterful at what looks like creating space so that the fighter's not able to get into range, but what she actually is doing is creating her own kicking distance because she has those long legs. That's why those push kicks have been so effective.
Just ducking out of trouble there. As we approach the last 10 seconds of this first round. Xi'an in control. Not quite as comfortable as she perhaps would have hoped, but she has taken that first round.
Sure.
Reigning world champion.
As we look at the highlights, Simon, when they come up, one of the things we'll realize is that Mansourian's fantastic about drawing her opponent to her. She's using circular footwork, but always outside of the opponent's striking range, but she creates space for herself. Look. Each time she has long legs, she created the space to use her legs.
What's fascinating is if you look at the Vietnamese fighters and the muscle definition they have in their thighs and compare it to Mansourian, doesn't look to have too much meat on her bones, but as you explained on day one, it can be about speed and precision just as much as power. Almost lifted her opponent off the lei tai with both of those kicks.
She has great strength and anchoring in her standing legs, so she's able to generate power from the ground. It's actually one of the hallmarks of good wushu, but she's able to really get the power from the ground.
Straight away when she doesn't connect, she comes in close, as you say, spreads the legs, gets a lower center of gravity to avoid being upended.
Mansourian's legs are strong technique, nice takedown there. Both going down, no score. Mansourian's legs are a real weapon for her. In a clinch, she doesn't get to use her legs. So you see her clinch when she's in because it's effectively neutralized one of her go-to techniques. Unfortunately, we see a little bit there. Hergy Bakiagdan trying to put together a combination. But look at how far Mansourian stays outside of the striking range.
Oh, fighting.
Referee.
The break was called. She's going to get admonished for that.
Yeah.
Got a cheeky little right hand in. Mansourian. This round so far a lot tighter. And still a chance that we could move into a third round if Hergy could put in a strong finish here.
She definitely has utilized a strategy that kept her much closer. And
that's a huge right
hand. That's right. That takedown cost her. She initiated, and Mansourian was good enough to reverse it. It was still
wide open.
Yeah.
And there's another right hand. Oh, this is interesting. Two of the judges this round.
We might get that.
To the
what
Philippines.
A great, beautiful, beautiful right hand down.
Wow, what a turnaround.
How about that for knocking her opponent down with that right?
Caught off balance. And how will Mansourian react to that? Comes in with a kick.
Hergy has figured out how to block that kick and get in some punches. And get in some punches. Look at that. What a turnaround there.
On shaky legs now, Mansourian.
And a second forcible count. There's some bounce in the step of Hergy Bakiadan.
Now she just needs to tie things up here and take this into a third round.
And the round's over.
Oh, what a second round that was. Full of action. And all credit to Hergy Bakiadan for taking this into a third round. And now, perhaps the first time in a long time, Mansourian is going to have to listen to her coach.
Well, for sure, this break benefits Mansourian.
And she was definitely on shaky legs there. Looked at one point as though she was going to be knocked out. Great power in that right hand.
Bakiadan's not sitting down. She's keeping that energy going.
And she still looks a little startled by what's just happened. She needs to find her composure and refocus. Well, now it's time to live up to her billing. She's a world champion, 2-weight world champion at that.
Bakiadan had some ferocious punches, and we see Mansourian using those kicks right away.
But she needs to avoid being picked off with that right hand. It's a wicked right hand that the Filipino fighter has. They do have a fantastic boxing tradition. The Philippines always have had. Showing good boxing technique here.
So let's see if Hergy's unflinched by these legs as they come in. She's using her own legs and neutralizing. She knows if she gets in there, it's a nice takedown for Mansourian.
Well, she's smart now and keeping Bakiadan at distance. Doesn't want to allow her the chance to start wheeling that right hand, which was so effective in the second round.
And you see her, and that's a nice kick, and she's just trying to get in. She's trying to get inside for those punches.
And she knows that this could be over if she gets in another one of those big right hands. She's such an aggressive fighter. It isn't really in her nature to back away. And here come those kicks again. Goes into the clinch, and this is where it's dangerous. She's going to go in that close. She has to make sure that she has her guard up. Otherwise, she's going to pay for it. But at the moment, Mansourian just ahead. 45 seconds on the clock.
Each of those kicks that she landed earned her 2 points, and you see it in the point spread for 3 techniques up to 6 points for her just using those long, effective kicks that she has. Bakiadan is the one that needs to get in to try and use that.
She needs a knockout by the look of things. She's capable of producing that as well. She can get within range.
But you see Mansourian, and she takes a forcible, not a forcible count, but passive.
Inside the last 5 seconds now. Mansourian has done enough in this third round.
She has, she's secured it. But she got a real scare there in the second round.
And a little love tap at the end.
Admonished.
Well, comes through it, but she was certainly made to work for that gold medal. Mansourian, fantastic fight, that one. And that second round will live long in the memory. Great fight between these two.
What a great fight to watch here for our last bout of the morning. Bakyedan showed us that she created a strategy that was different than what she had early on.
And our winner, Shabano Mansurian.
But our winner went back to what works for her. She went back to those, Kim Bet, her corner told her to use her legs, and she did. 3 kicks solidified that for her.
So how close was she? If those 2 right hands had come earlier in that second round, I wonder if she would have been put to sleep, Mansurian.
Well,
she came through, and that's the mark of a world champion.
She did just enough, just what she needed to get through there. But you're right, had that break not come at the time it did,
she was on wobbly legs.
Bakyedan had her on wobbly legs. So that's good information for Bakyedan to take away, so you could see it in her confidence as she left the Leitai. She knew she'll found
be able to
what
look back.
That's
She'll
right.
be able to look back at this. And of course, we'll be sticking around. A medal ceremony to come, so don't go away. We'll be back with that. But for now, we'll take a short break. And we'll be here to pay tribute to our medalists a little later on.
The award ceremony will begin soon. All staffs related and security people, please help to keep order.
来，后面有摄像机的，你们在这前面闯镜头了。电视的人看哪儿？好，再往后一点，再往后一点，再往后一点，谢谢。可以了吗？好了吗？机子能往前再推点吗？你再推后面没空间了，能往前再推点吗？还要往这。来，接着还没来，后边这个往后挪点，后面那广告牌往那边散点。来，再往后推，来配合一下。 往后退，往后退。这纵深不够，后头还有摄像机呢，知道不？没事，你往这儿扑，你往后再退，往后再退。你这要不然去这边来，这。哎。
现场的各位观众朋友们，现在我们即将进行的是第8届武术散打世界杯上午决赛项目的颁奖仪式。 那我们这里首先要进行的是男子48公斤级的颁奖。Ladies and gentlemen, now let's welcome the medalists of men's 48 kilograms category. 请运动员进场。有请颁奖嘉宾，国际武术联合会执行副主席吴廷贵。Ethnic Go, the Executive Vice President of International Wushu Federation, 以及国际武术有限公司董事长刘瑞琦 ，President of International Wushu Limited Company 刘瑞琦。获得男子48公斤级比赛项目铜牌的是来自埃及的艾汉默德·欧迈尔。 和来自斯里兰卡的维克克兰马杰。The third place are Ahmed Omar from Egypt and Vikrant from Sri Lanka. 获得银牌的是来自越南的武明德。 The second place goes to Minh Du U from Vietnam. 获得金牌的是来自中国的朱基慧。The first place goes to Ji Hui Zhu. 请全体起立，升中国国旗，奏中国国歌。Now, ladies and gentlemen, please raise for the national anthem of China.
National anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down. 请颁奖嘉宾移步至颁奖台中央，与获奖运动员进行合影。Guests, please stay for group photos with our medalists. 谢谢颁奖嘉宾。Thank you. 请运动员留步进行合影。 Sri Lanka.
The athletes, please stay for group photos.
And Vu Minh Duc from Vietnam, alongside the winner and gold medalist, Zhu from China.
Thank you and congratulations. 再次恭喜各位获奖运动员。那么接下来我们即将进行的是男子52公斤级的颁奖仪式。Now we are going to awarding the men's 52 kilogram category. Up next. Now let's welcome the medalists.
Two more dignitaries will be involved in this medal presentation. Zhang Chuping, president of the Chinese Wushu Association, alongside Yang Feng, administrative vice general manager of Xi'an Company of Business Division, Greenland Group Northwest Real Estate Company.
Administrative Vice General Manager of Xi'an Company of Business Division of Greenland Group Northwest Real Estate Company. 获得男子52公斤级项目铜牌的分别是
They're our medalists in the 52 kilogram category.
尼西亚的武纳湾。The third
bronze medalist, the man who fell in the semi-final.
请获奖运动员站上颁奖台。
Again, the national diversity very evident.
获得银牌的是来自印度的乌切克。The second place
No one, of course, goes away without a medal. There's our silver medalist from India, Uchit Sharma, who was so close to taking the gold.
获得金牌的是来自菲律宾的
Pushed off the platform
The first place goes to
twice in quick succession
from Philippines.
by Arnel Mandal, who was behind the world champion. Was given a good match by the World Championship silver medalist, and once again, those two gave us a fight to remember. Plenty of great fighting in this first session here on this autumnal Sunday morning. National anthem of the Philippines. Fully deserving of that gold medal. Classic pose with the medal in the in between the teeth. I'm sure that Uchit Sharma will be slightly disappointed with that silver medal. He got even closer this time. That will bolster him going forward, I'm sure, when he next meets up with Arnel Mandal, which I'm sure he will.
谢谢，恭喜获奖运动员 ，Thank you and congratulations.
And there you can see the friendly spirit surrounds this wonderful sport. Chance for the fighters to mingle off of the lei-tai. There's great camaraderie evident between these fighters as we move on with the men's 75-kilogram medal ceremony. Another gold medal for China. Chung Kun. He was in a class of his own.
Vice President of the International Wushu Federation,
This time we have Sharif Mustafa, Vice President of the International Wushu Federation, and Zhang Jianwei, President of Industrial Development Company Limited of Shanxi Medicine Group.
The third place are Ali from Russia and Yanni from Lebanon.
So this time the medal's going to Russia. Lebanon. Lebanese fighter with a few days to remember here. Great memories for him. See that lacked experience, but certainly this a great experience for him, and that will certainly help him going forward. silver medalist Ayman Mohammed from Egypt. And the gold going, as you can hear, to another Chinese fighter, Zhang Kun.
现在请全体起立，升中华人民共和国国旗，奏中华人民共和
And
国
time
国
for the
歌。
Chinese national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
We'll
raise
know
your
by heart
tickets. National anthem.
by the end of these championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down. 请颁奖嘉宾与获奖运动员进行合影。
Still more medals to come.
到颁奖台的两侧，再次与运动员进行合影。谢谢，感谢颁奖嘉宾。Thanks our distinguished guests。请运动员留步进行合影。The athletes please stay for group photos。好的，那接下来呢，我们即将颁发的是男子80公斤级的奖项。
Moving along shortly, the men's 80-kilogram category next.
80 kilograms category。现在有请获奖运动员入场。Now let's welcome the medalists.
First out, medalists. This another weight category where a clear victory in the end for the World Championship silver medalist Fu Gaofeng. They come, led by our silver medalist, George Aid.
有请颁奖嘉宾，国际武术联合会技术委员会主任陈国荣，以及宝鸡天海山泉饮品有限公司总经理林峰。Now let's welcome our distinguished guest, 陈国荣, and General
And our
Manager
dignitaries
of
this time around.
Spring Drink Limited Company,
Mahdi Alinejad, Executive Board Member of the International Wushu Federation, and Lim Fong, General Manager of Baoji Shanghai Spring Drink Limited.
The third place are Dominic from Italy and Bernard from Kazakhstan.
To see Italian fighters here in China. Site.
获得80公斤级银牌的是来自黎
The
巴
bronze medalist
嫩的乔治
from
艾。
Russia.
The second place goes to George Ai from Lebanon.
Silver medal then to George Aid. Fought well
获得此项目金牌的是
2
来
days.
自中国的
He was
高
in
功
action.
夫。The first place
But couldn't
goes
do much
to
about
Zhang
Fu
from
Fu
China.
Gaofeng, who won comfortably in the end.
现在请全场起立。
Once again
升
illustrating
中华人民共和国国旗，
China's
奏
dominance
中华人民共和
within
国
the sport of
国歌。
Sanda.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please read for the national anthem of China. 两侧，请运动员进行合影。感谢颁奖嘉宾 ，Thanks， 请运动员留步进行合影。Okay, the athletes, please stay for group photos. 好的，那么接下来我们要进行的是女子48公斤级的颁奖仪式。Now let's welcome the medalists of 48 kilograms category， 请获奖运动员入场。Now let's welcome the medalists.
And now time for the women to make their entry.
让我们有请颁奖嘉宾。
This round robin, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Divine Wali today, the world champion. She was supposed to be fighting Farida Al Sudani, but Al Sudani withdrew, injured. Zhou Jun, Deputy Director of the Sport Bureau of Shanxi Province.
获得此项目铜牌的是来自埃及的
Wang
法里
Pingun, General Manager of Business Division of Xi'an Hongqing Dairy Group. Bronze medal going to the injured Farida Al Sudani from Egypt.
获得此项目银牌的是来自越南的黄诗伦。The second place goes to Luan Chi Huang from Vietnam.
Silver medal going to Huang of Vietnam.
获得金牌的运动
But
员
once
是
again,
来自菲律宾
she's
的
getting used to this.
Dawan.
Divine Wali, another gold medal.
The first place goes to Dawan Wali from Philippines.
Familiar smile from
现
the
在
girl
请
from the
全体
Philippines.
起立升菲律宾国旗，奏菲律宾国歌。Now, ladies and gentlemen, please raise for the national anthem of Philippines.
So mission accomplished then for Divine Wali. Goes home to the Philippines with that gold medal in her luggage.
Thanks. The athletes, please stay for group photos. 接下来我们即将进行的是女子52公斤级的
Moving
颁
ahead,
奖
the
仪
women's
式。
52 kilogram category up next.
Now let's welcome the
And would you believe it?
from
Another
ladies
gold medal
52
for
kilograms
China.
category. 让我们掌声有请获奖运动
Zhang
员。
Luan.
Now let's welcome the medalists. 有请颁奖嘉宾陕西省体育局副巡视员
And
李
our
天利 Deputy
dignitaries.
Inspector of Sport Bureau of Shanxi Province
李
李
千
天
利
利以及湖南贝蒙乳业公司以及湖南贝蒙乳业公
Li
司总经
Tianli,
理郭
Deputy
贝宏
Inspector of
and
the
General Manager
Sport
of
Bureau
湖南
of
北
Shanxi
门
Province.
Area County 郭贝宏获得
Alongside him,
52公斤级
Guo
铜牌的
Weihong,
分别是来自越南的
General Manager
阮
of
诗秋
Hunan
和
Beimeng
来自香港的
Beimong
王欣
Dairy
欣。
Company.
The third place are Yuan Shiqiu from Vietnam and
Two bronze medalists. Vietnam and Hong Kong.
Thanks so much. Congratulations.
获得此项目银牌的是来自印度的萨纳。The second place goes to Sanda from India.
Silver medalist Sanatoy Devi Yumnam. Fought extremely well both days, but found that Zhang a little too hot to handle on the day. So she comes away with a silver medal. And the impressive Zhang Luan. Grabbing the gold for another gold medal for the host nation. Really have been in a league of their own, as you'd expect. Chinese athletes usually excel on home soil.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down. 请颁奖嘉宾与获奖运动员进行合影。
Three more medal ceremonies to come then. Starting with the women's 56-kilogram category.
谢谢，感谢颁奖嘉宾 ，Thank you。运动员请
Produced
由我们
another
进行合影。
India versus China final, of course. A very one-sided final it was as well. Monica Devi
谢谢，感谢我们的获奖运动员
finding
同学，
herself
恭喜他们。
in deep water against Lu Lingling.
好的，也再次恭喜我们的中国运动员 ，Congratulations。接下来我们进行的是女子56公斤级的颁奖仪式。Now let's welcome the medalists of women's 56 kilograms category. 让我们掌声有请
First
获
out
奖
the
运动员。
medalists, and then our distinguished dignitaries responsible for the issuing of the medals.
有请颁奖嘉宾，国际武术联合会执行副主席吴廷贵 ，Executive Vice President of International Wushu Federation
Anthony Go, Executive Vice President of the International Wushu Federation. He's joined by Liu Reiqi, the President of the International Wushu Limited Company. Celeste Rapatoni of Italy, and one of the bronze medalists. And another bronze medal for Hong Kong.
获得此项目铜牌的是来自印度的 Monica. The second place goes to Monica from India.
Monica Devi from India will go home with a silver medal. Could do nothing about her opponent in the final.
来自中国的刘
Lu Lingling,
The first place goes to Lin
very
from
impressive as she
China.
usually does. Second time she walks away with the World Cup gold. The last time was in 2012.
现在请全体起立。
The gold medal to go with the World Championship gold she took last year.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please raise for the
Time once again for the Chinese national anthem. So 2 to go then.
Guests, please stay for group photos. 谢谢，感谢颁奖嘉宾，请获奖运动员继续留到颁奖台上进行合影。The athletes, please stay for group photos.
The next medals to be dealt out will go to the women of the 60-kilogram category. This one, a round robin. We already knew our medalists ahead of the competition. We just didn't know the order.
Now let's welcome the medalists from women's 60 kilograms category. 让我们有请获奖运动员。Now let's welcome the medalists. 让我们有请颁奖嘉宾，中国武术协会主席。
Range of nationalities represented. Must come guests of honour, led by Zhang Chuping, President of the Chinese Wushu Association, and Yan Fan, Administrative Vice General Manager of Xi'an Company of Business Division of Greenland Group Northwest Real Estate Company. Cherry Man from Hong Kong goes away with the bronze.
The second place goes to Yuan from Vietnam.
And there's our silver medalist, Nguyen from Vietnam. Another country who's done so well at these championships that will stand highest on the podium. Iran. Widest smile of the day there. The face of Sadiqa Darayo. national anthem of Iran. Won't be the last time we'll be hearing that. In fact, we won't have to wait very long at all. Last medal ceremony of the day about to take place. Women's 65 kilograms up next.
Thank you and congratulations. 同时，我们也恭喜来自伊朗的我们这位获奖运动员 ，Congratulations!
Winner of the 60 kilograms,
Thank you.
Daria will soon be joined by her compatriot,
好的，那今天颁奖仪式，今
Xi'an
天上午的颁奖仪式，我们
Xi'an
进行的最后一个项目是女子65公斤级的颁奖仪式。Now let's welcome the medalists from women's 65 kilograms category. 让我们有请获奖运动员入场。Now let's welcome the medalists.
Fighters from Egypt, Russia,
让我们有请颁奖嘉宾，国际武术联合会副主席
and Iran,
Vice President of the International Wushu Federation,
Sharif Mustafa, Vice President of the International Wushu Federation,
市长张建伟 and President of Industrial Development of Shanxi Medicine Group 张
Zhang
建伟，
Qianwei,
获得此项
President
目
of the Industrial Development Company Limited of Shanxi
俄国的
Medicine Group.
克里斯汀缇娜，以及来自埃及的瓦拉穆
Starting
萨。
off with our bronze medalists from Russia and Egypt.
And Vala from Egypt.
The two ladies that fought out that fantastic final. Really could have gone either way. The second round possibly the best round we've seen so far here in Xi'an. There can only be one winner. Ergi Basyadan having to settle for silver this time around. Beaten by world champion Shahbano Mansourian. Really is such a tough fighter, this woman. Always know she's going to give her all when she fights. So a fitting way to end the first final session. Two-weight world champion Shahbano Mansourian receiving her a gold medal here at the World Cup, and that just about wraps things up for the first final session of the day. And we of course congratulate all our medalists once again, but don't forget we'll be back at 7:30 local time for the culmination of this 8th Sanda World Cup with 9 more high caliber bouts. So until then, it's bye-bye from Anthony Sims and myself, Simon Wilcox. See you later.
Thank you and congratulations. 那至此呢，我们今天上午决赛项目的颁奖仪式呢，到这里就告一段落了。那同时呢，在今天的晚间，我们会继续其他未尽的决赛项目。那同时也让我们期待来自世界各地的选手能够取得优秀的成绩，也再次感谢各位的光临。Thanks our distinguished guests and let's wish a good luck for all the athletes from around the world.
颁奖组的咱们开个短会，来国旗的颁奖组的开个短会。